Hello everyone, I am Miss Lunar and I am your third tour guide, and now we'll be talking about verbal creativity. So what is verbal creativity? It is an ability to think creatively and to measure one's fluency, flexibility, and originality of a verbal form. It also has the ability to form and create new ideas and then combine them into something new, referring to the existing information, which means that creative individuals are able to generate new possibilities or more than one solution to a problem. So now let me introduce to you the Torrance test of creative thinking. So what is the Torrance test? The TTCT assesses how creatively a child's mind works in the often given to children to determine advanced placement or as a part of an entrance examination. They are very different from intelligence and reasoning tests your child may have already taken. Instead of traditionally taught subjects such as reading or math, this test assesses creativity. It assesses how creative and imaginative the student is. The TTCT is designed to identify and evaluate creative potential using two parts, a verbal test and a figural test, but we'll be focusing in a verbal test. So there are 7 subtests of verbal tests. We have asking, guessing causes, guessing consequences, project improvement, unusual uses, unusual questions, and just suppose. These subtests are scored on the basis of fluency, flexibility, and originality. And now let's define what is fluency. It is the ability to generate many ideas, so meaning a creative individual typically shows the ability to produce several or alternative answers and ideas. And now, let's go to flexibility. So what is flexibility? It is the ability to process information in different ways given the same stimulus. So it uses a flexible approach when logical approaches fail to produce reasonable outcomes. So the creative individual thinks of the most type of responses or different type of responses. So now let's go to originality. So what is originality? It is the ability to generate novel ideas. So a creative individual tends to generate new ideas rather than the common ones. So it is the unusualness of the ideas. And now let's proceed to verbal creativity task. So ask the participant to suppose that he or she could walk on air or fly, and then to identify the troubles he or she might encounter. So it is an example of creativity task because the subject was given a prompt and was instructed to write the story with a given page limit. So it was calculated raw scores for both fluency and originality. And now let's go to the second example. So, present two incomplete figures and ask the participant to draw a picture with these figures and attempt to make pictures as unusual as possible. So, the subject were asked not only to create meaningful drawing that incorporate these incomplete figures, but also to title their drawing, so there was no time limit here, and it also determined raw scores for fluency and originality. All in all, the flexibility examines the most type of responses, the fluency is how many responses, and the originality is the unusualness of responses. So, I think that's the end of verbal creativity. But wait, future educators, did you know that creativity implies a sense of inventiveness and originality, and it has the ability to see things in a novel way and to synthesize ideas in a unique fashion. So let's go to the next piece.